Welcome, everybody. So it's the public visual satsang drop-in. In a second here, I'll flash up some slides because I see some new faces. So I'll set the context and then we'll co-create together. We'll see what happens. Thank you for coming. Oops. Put my glasses on so I can hit the right button. I'm going to just share screen. Okay, these have been going since the pandemic hit. And oops, did I just lose somebody? Esther dropped out. Okay. These are number is actually 65, even though it says 63 on the screen. I was a little tardy getting my slides together. So this continues to unfold. So we'll see as we get going what context you're coming in, because some folks are new to me. So there's various ways that people find out about this container. So nowadays it's emerging. It's more of a non-dual satsang I'm a visual practitioner, so it uses visual skills. I'm also a coach from way back, so I have a lot of different what are called visual maps to assist people with different kinds of thinking and feeling. So everything is kind of welcome. So it might be over on the left side of the brain with practical doing kind of things, right, from the coach perspective. And then all the way over to the right side of the brain, which is more of the consciousness side of the work and the emergent work. So it's unique every time. So we'll see what gets co-created here today. And it is in the midst of shifting. So in January, I'm going to be rearranging and doing some different things. So I'll explain more about that when we get to the end today. And there'll be emails and stuff that will be sent out explaining this too. So what happens today will kind of be an end of an era of one evolution of this container. Typically, we go for about 10 minutes with meditation at the beginning. And then if you have been here before, folks will give what are called reports. So different kinds of processing happens or different kinds of sharing. Because it's been going on for several years, people may report on what's happened since the last time they came in or what's continued to unfold milestones. So you'll hear sometimes some of those things. So that's what we mean by reports. Not necessary to give one, but it's certainly welcome if you care to. And then arisings, which means like, what's up now, right? So we're going to have some stuff co-created together here. Something will unfold. And so we'll see what unfolds. And so it just emerges out of people. There'll be some sort of spontaneous inner or outer work that happens. Sometimes I stick around for bonus time. This is being recorded. So sometimes I like to get the last names off. So if you know how to do that, please go ahead on yours and remove them. You only come up as a thumbnail if you're speaking. And I'll mostly have the tablet up. So you'll be like a teeny tiny little thumbnail there because the tablet's up. You're certainly welcome to turn off the video too if you're uncomfortable. If you do speak of having that recorded. Or you can stick around at the end for bonus time where we do take the mics or the recording off. So stuff can emerge there at the end as well. And we go for about 2 hours-ish, right? So sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more. It just depends on what's up. So you're certainly welcome to come and go as you like. I do ask that if you do leave, you could do a little note in the chat if you can, just because sometimes the nature of what's going on, right? If there's a sudden departure, I can be left guessing like, are you okay? How come you left? So if you kind of just let me know how you are when you're leaving, that's helpful to me. Okay, they are put on to the YouTube channel, which is Shift It Coach at YouTube. And this non-dual approach, I've already spoken to it about left brain, right brain. These are just some graphics to kind of show that approach. Deep bows to our logical, linear, rational side. We of course, want to keep that, the mind and the intellect. And then also deep bows to the other side, what sometimes gets short shift in our world, the right brain, right? So the creative, the emotional, the intuitive, the spontaneous, even the spiritual. So we welcome it all. Just to flash the maps, don't know what will happen here. I may pull up some accompanying maps to assist with that. So there's a whole core group of maps from what's called my Shift It process, the Shift It visual coaching process. And then there's a bunch more maps. And I also often, especially with self-inquiry, just work from what's called a blank, blank sheet of digital paper. So it's very emergent. See if I can capture this. No. I was going to try to click this, but there is when you signed up, you would have got access to this. There is a page that has several of these maps on it. So just a flash of that URL here up on the screen. So if you are interested in having those maps to accompany you, please don't use them with other people. I do have a visual coach certification. So if you're a practitioner and you want to use this stuff with your own clients, I would point you to my fundamentals class and then the certification class for that. But I do put these up for people in the Satsang for your own support, right? So those maps are certainly there to help you with your own thinking and feeling. And I'll flash it here. I'll say it again at the end. These are happening every third Sunday now. They found their way to having a home. So they have a home on Sunday, but the time changes. So it can change from today we're doing it 1 p.m. my time Pacific. I alternate them usually between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. just to try to give some variance because people are across time zones. Apologies to people who these time zones don't fit with, but unfortunately they're the times that fit with my schedule. So if there's any questions or comments about what this is, it's very experiential. So I can talk at it from a left brain point of view here, but we'll soon enough just dive in here. But if your left brains are feeling okay, then we'll proceed. And where we proceed to usually to start is just 10 minutes of meditation. And I came in a little bit frazzled myself. So there's a lot going on in my world. I got two elderly parents who have both lost their ability to drive in a week's time. So it's been, whoa, a lot to respond to. So I definitely need the time to sit in meditation and reach stillness as well. So I invite you, if you care to join me, you can also do whatever suits you in terms of focus, drawing or doodling or taking a little break somehow. And we'll begin officially after the meditation time. We'll see what's present. Thank you. I do have a little video that I'll share for our timer for the meditation. I'll put that up onto the screen here. There we go. The intent. Hey, welcome, welcome. Now we'll just see what's present. So there might be some reports. We'll take them whatever order they want to come. And in those reports too, there might be some arising. So what's present at this point in time, and we'll see how to enter into it. And that felt good, by the way, stillness. Heather and Karen, I'm just gonna I guess you've got your mute on your end, so I don't have to worry about double mutes. So you can get through if you need to.
I could share, but I feel like I haven't been here. So maybe someone who's been here before could share first.
Well,
So I can get the
it's kind of
modeling.
quiet, so you are certainly welcome to jump on in, Jenny. Nice to see you.
Likewise. So my name is actually Jenni. It's
Oh,
pronounced.
thank you for letting me know. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't tell by the writing. Um, so I think what came up for me is this desire and need for a shared practice of meditation among like a group of people, like getting a routine of meditation going, coming up with this idea of doing this with friends in the new year around like a Joe Dispenza. I don't know if that's a
Mm,
familiar
yes.
name. Starting like a little routine, a big routine actually, probably. um, and I always feel like that, especially I think the Joe Dispenza meditations maybe would become more effectful with a group, like knowing there's other people doing this and creating the field together. Um, yeah, because there's this desire, it comes also from the desire of healing my body.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, yeah.
Well, there might be more that we could do with that with self-inquiry if you'd like. I'll just see if there's any other reports and then maybe swing back. Yeah.
Mhm.
And beautiful longing and vision there. More meditation, more practice, and gathering with like-minded hearted people, it sounds like. Sweet.
Mhm.
Thanks for the report and the little note about we'll continue potentially with more. Thanks. Not necessary, but any other reports? Any other senses of arising? Sometimes it helps to know what's in the container and then we can put it into an order if an order makes sense. Let me get Esther in here
Can you hear
again.
me?
Yeah, please go right ahead.
Yeah, so this is Heather. So sorry I'm on a phone today. I'm in a place where I don't have a lot of bandwidth, and so for those of you who may not know me, I've been here for a little while, and I love these songs. And I'm coming in today because I had a pretty prophetic, I don't know if you say prophetic, dream about a week ago, and it told me to see a shaman, and I did. And the night that I saw the shaman, I had another dream, and I was very sick. I wasn't sick in the dream. I had a dream, and when I woke up, I was very sick, and I purged. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. It must have been something I ate. And it wasn't until I went back to sleep and I had another dream that it told me not to work with this shaman.
Oh.
And so I'm here today because I need, I guess I don't need this out of today, but what I'm seeking right now in my life is that the messages that I keep getting are, you've got everything within you. You are whole to figure this out. You don't need an external thing. So funny that I'm seeking validation. I guess you could say.
Well, we can do
But
self-inquiry.
yeah,
I just
so
take the notes for your own consciousness, right? Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm here today because whether, I get time or if it's parallel processing, this is always such a wonderful group to be a part of. And I'm at a very self-seeking place. I'm just seeking some self-healing now. And I know, Christina, you probably know a lot about my health stuff. And so that's what I'm dealing with. I just recently, in that first dream that I got that said I needed to see a shaman, it was telling me that I need to deal with this health thing that's going on, that I can't just let it, I can't just live with it
Okay.
anymore.
To
It's
pay
something I have
attention.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll see if we can go meet your inner shaman. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks,
exactly.
Heather.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
No, I just got goosebumps saying that. So, yeah. Okay. So definitely we'll probably start with inquiry with you as well and see where it leads. Okay. Thanks. So we've got two things teed up. Certainly not necessary, but if there's any other reports or any other arisings, you can let me know. No pressure. You don't have to speak if you don't care to, because we already have two to work with. But I just like to keep coming back to the container to see if there's anybody else who wants to do a report or a rising and see what's here. Yes, please, Mary, go right ahead.
Yeah. I've always had struggles at Christmas time,
Oh,
and yeah, all my life. And it's interesting. It's really coming up now. It seems that all the bubbling stuff of the past, and these experiences are all becoming known or starting to become known and revealing themselves to me, which is great. So, but right now, this morning, interestingly, coming on this is the perfect timing because I'm feeling all the emotions, I'm experiencing all the different voices of the past and their experiences. And it feels like it's the right time to, I guess, heal it and let it go. So it's very much in the throat. There's a lot of emotion and very much in the heart.
mm.
And the thing that keeps coming to me is, and I'll keep this brief, but as a little one in all my life, I guess since being in the world, I've been like a sponge absorbing everybody else's emotions, and it's it's left me almost paralyzed at different times. And Christmas time, I think, is that time where it's of this heightened and hypened intensities. So we're talking about grandparents, aunties, uncles of my mother's side, especially the gatherings of those, and plus my family. But there's a shadow over the family, my immediate family. It's more that side it's presenting at the moment. But it would be really lovely if I could let all that just
We'll
just
go meet
pass
it.
through.
We'll go meet it and see. And
That would
it'll
be lovely.
probably be some parallel processing for many,
Mm,
myself
mm.
included, for Christmas.
Yeah, it's that time. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Very good. All right. Just check any other reports, any other arisings? Not necessary, but are welcome if there are. Okay. We'll start here and we'll see what unfolds, because often there's piggybacking that happens too as we enter into certain things, and it'll evoke others. Yeah, but this certainly gives us beautiful territory to start with. Yes, and we'll probably do a lot of inquiry today by the feels of it. And so if you haven't been here for inquiry, I'll just say a little bit about it. If you're the person I'm working with, I will, in a second here, I'll bring up my drawing tablet. And often there's a lot of writing out of words, because these concepts might not necessarily be that easy to have visual representations of. So we'll see a lot of words. And then I will offer different words back. And I like to think of like a coffee table, right? Between us is a big coffee table, even though we're spread out all over the world. And I'll put things on the coffee table, and it's up to you about whether you pick them up. And as these things kind of waft over, especially the person I'm holding space with inquiry, you'll tell me how it lands for you. Sometimes I kind of have a feel or a guess, and I'll say something, and then you'll really be the driver. You'll tell me how it's landing for you and what happens, right? It often works in layers. And so you'll just be reporting on what you notice, and then I'll offer some other things, and we'll see what happens from that. And we just usually find us layer by layer by layer. If you're not the person who's doing the inquiry, chances are a lot of these things are very universal. So even if your mind doesn't fully understand the exacts of maybe what the person is experiencing or doing, the body may, so there may be some parallel processing that's going on for you. It can show up in lots of different ways. Sometimes not too. There might not be any connection. So there might even be things like boredom or lethargy or something. So that's all welcome. We'll shift on to something else, and then there might be something that you can connect to or seems to have some resonance. So lots of different things can happen on the holding space level as well. So with that, I'm going to screen share. Oh, that's why. Get in the right view here so you can see the drawing program. And since we're doing inquiry, I'm just going to use some blank sheets of paper here. Mary, I'm going to start with you first, I think. That's all right with you. Do you have any preference in color? I'm going to use a certain color to write out your inquiry. Oh, if you can unmute.
Are you referring to me? Sorry.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that because it's just right here.
Yeah.
I like the color of the purple right up in the top.
Excellent.
Right.
Oh,
That's
we'll go
beautiful.
for that one. Yeah.
Thank you.
So there was a lot said, but I'm just going to put Xmas.
Mm.
And I'm just gonna, and I have notes here. I could say them all off, but it's all present here, like you just said, right? So all the various things,
yes.
all the various people, we're just gonna.
Yeah. It's very much family and
Yeah.
my mother's extended family at this point. Yeah. Oof.
Mother's extended family.
Oh, I love
And
the
so
writing.
all of this, even though it's got, as you say, woof, it's got a lot in there. We're just, one of the key phrases is, hey, you're welcome here. So it's coming to Satsang, right? Through the form of you. So everything that's stirring around in you, it's so welcome here. And all the history and the obviously it's personal for you, but I know that it's also collective and universal as well, right? It's not just all yours. It's part of the human experience. Yeah. So so that's really landing as we welcome it. So you are welcome here.
That word, you are welcome here, that phrase in itself is just everything. It's quite amazing you say that.
Yeah, that's it in a nutshell. Is the welcoming.
I'm welcome here. It's funny. Yeah. And I'm not just talking about here. It's almost like in my family and the world. Like it's almost like you nailed it. They're like, that's strange. Yeah. Mm.
And so the nailing it and the delight in the speaking and the meeting of it, hey, let's just welcome that too. Like for me, it would be relief, right? Or the being seen or just the reception. So, oh, hello, the whoosh that happens in the nervous system when welcoming happens. Hey, you're welcome here. Yeah.
Mm.
You're present now. Yay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just breathe in as that kind of settles in. And then you just see, and no rush, right? Because the welcoming is, we could stop right here and just coast on this. Yeah. But anything else you notice is that first layer is met and welcomed. Anything is okay.
First thing that's coming to mind is like I'm allowed to speak. Oh, you're allowed to speak. I'm allowed to voice.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'm allowed to communicate. Wow.
Communicate. Yes, please. Yeah, we like that. There, it might be split too, right? The energy here
Mm.
might be split. There's a yes, please, with the I'm allowed to speak and want to. There might also be some historical when you weren't or couldn't and the pain and stuff around that, right? So it's probably partial energy. There's yes, yes, please to that. And then just the no thank you to any of the old remembrances and the pain and stuff. Yeah, of course there's aversion to that. Of course you don't like that. So there's
Goose-
mixed energy.
Yeah, I've got goosebumps around that. Definitely.
And ooh, I just got goosebumps. I get them in the back here and like, ooh, it just went right up. So hello, goosebumps. You are welcome.
Yeah, that part where you're communicating is extremely excruciatingly painful.
Yeah.
The inability to articulate because I was too young what was going on and even express to anyone.
Yes.
I was too little and yeah,
Well, let's welcome the
back.
little one. So the little one's
Mm.
showing herself here. So, oh, hello, little one. You're welcome here. And then also, let's got you. This will be now adult you, and there's your little one. Hi, little one. You are welcome here. And just agreeing with her because it was painful and very difficult. That of course this whole speaking voice and communicating thing is very difficult and it's ripe with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm also feeling like, oh, so sorry. Just really sending compassion.
That's lovely, actually. There are all the parts that were devoid in there, and there's no understanding whatsoever of what I was going through. And being so little, we don't, how do you hold all that energy and how do you give it back? Or
Yeah,
there's no articulation because we're too little.
exactly.
Yeah, that's extremely painful. Mm.
And she's communicating, right? You're translating for her. So just agreeing how painful that
Yeah.
was. No articulation, how painful. Just agree with her. You're right. It is so
Oh,
painful. And she's
yeah.
beautifully communicating, even non-verbally, right? And you're beautifully picking up her transmission and putting it into adult language to communicate it to all of us. So good job, everybody. Good job.
Yeah, but also I think it's because you're energetically
Mm.
you're energetically hearing me. So you're energetically picking up all the things that were all energetic for me or for this little one. And no one,
Yep.
there was no one who could,
Do
so
that.
nobody could do that. So it sort of makes you feel like you don't belong. So I think the little one felt that there's something really seriously wrong with her or something, like, why is she so out and different?
So now we'll just let her there's nothing wrong with you. Unfortunately,
Mm,
you just had insensitive people, right? And not empathic ones, and I don't have the whole context, maybe even hurtful ones. So sorry. And I know myself being also a little sensitive one who came up around folks who did not have that ability or weren't in touch with it, how painful that can be. Yeah. So my little girl's just like waving, hi, I know what that's like. So sorry.
Yeah. I can visualize her and I holding hands and looking at each other and holding hands and going,
Yeah.
oh, we're not alone here.
Yeah, totally. Not alone. And I know several of the people here and some of their history, and they would agree too. Their little ones are waving too. You're safe.
Oh,
You're
I'm
safe
waving
with
to
us.
them. That's lovely.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's big.
Yeah.
It's epic.
Yay. You're with us. We see you. We get it.
Wow. Yeah. It's almost like, come play with me.
Yes.
That's
Beautiful.
nice. The throat. There's so much in the throat that there's so much pain here.
Let's just go there. She's pointing out that next layer, and we just agree with it. So,
The throat.
yeah, you're welcome here, throat.
Wow. Oof. Oh,
We'll just get your throat in here.
you
Yeah.
see me. She's saying, you see me.
Hello, throat. We hear you. We see you. We can feel you. I can feel it in my own throat. Yeah, as it constricts.
Yeah. I wonder if that's all the emotion not being able to come up and
Yes,
being expressed.
exactly. Yeah, this, this is the fifth chakra right here, right? So I know with me, with my Kundalini, it spent 7 years churning away in the throat. So there was so much, and that continues. A lot has cleared out. So, but just lots of compassion and empathy and affirmation. This is such a sensitive organ. So awe, yeah, all that constriction and the also tenderness, right? As the tenderness happens, the crying is in here too, right? The release through that. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So we're just recognizing that beautiful area of the body and even the subtle energy system, just how key it is, especially for sensitive, creative types like we all are. And hello, Mary's throat. You are welcome here.
Thank you. So that's why there's so much heart pain and pain in that area, because it's actually not been able to be moved through the throat or expressed or
Probably. Yeah,
communicated
that's also,
out.
see, your mind is doing a beautiful job here because your mind's connecting the dots and coming up with theories. So we want to welcome it. Minds have such heart, right? Because it's out of love that it's trying to figure this out, right?
Yeah.
Aw, thank you, mind and intellect. Good job. And then you already alerted me earlier about heart, and now here's heart again, right? We had to meet throat first. It comes in that order. But then you said heart, and here it is right after. So now let's go down to the heart. Hello, heart. Wow.
That's very painful to welcome. I mean, it's hard to see the heart. It's hard to connect. There's too much in there.
Yeah, probably very accurate. Yeah, too much in there.
Yeah.
So we'd be really gentle.
Oof.
And just, it's okay, heart. You just take your time. No big rush. Like rescue animals, right? We don't just jump right in big movements and stuff. We just really just kind of stand there and let them acclimatize to us standing there. And they kind of make the move.
Wow. There's a huge insight with that. It's like, that's the part that's been missing all my life. like especially from the ones who, you know, in younger years, etc., who, or even as an adult, like the word care, but they don't know how. And the way of caring is to separate out or do nothing or pretend nothing's there.
Mm. So there's a little no thank you to that. Like, oh, you're right. We don't like that. So the
Yeah,
ones
don't
that
bring it. Yeah,
separate
yeah,
out or withdrawal
yeah. I
or
guess because
don't know
yeah,
how.
don't know how
Yeah, awkwardness or something, or just don't want to hurt or step on or confusion.
or deal with. It's too
Yeah,
much
or
for
deal
them to
with.
deal with.
Yeah, yeah, too
Pardon me,
much.
to deal with, for them to deal with.
Yeah,
And I sensed that and knew that. So these parts knew that. So this had to shut down. And then
yeah.
sort of they had to carry theirs as well as mine.
Ooh, yeah.
So I've carried theirs
Well, isn't that
and I've
noble? Yeah.
we do it out of love, we little ones, don't
Isn't
we?
that
I've
true?
carried all, yeah, yeah.
Carry
But it's
theirs
now, yeah.
out of
I
love.
see. Oh, yeah. Thinking I can carry this, but it's actually been breaking me now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
breaking me now. It's
Good
almost like, yeah,
recognition. Yeah,
yeah.
good recognition. And my colleague and I, Annika, she has this beautiful term. It's the Nobel Child, right? The one who carries, the one who loves. Here she's trying
Mm,
to, she needs help, but she's carrying it for all these people that don't quite know what to do, right? How, boy, these
yeah.
noble parts of ourselves, these noble kids, I mean, they're just walking love, aren't they, to do that?
Mm,
And now you might want to let her know how old you are now.
yeah.
Just gently let her know, I'm this now. I'm your now adult self now. You're right. It is breaking you. I'll take that from you. Not
Wow.
necessary for her
Mm,
to carry it, not necessary.
mm.
There's also going to be boundary stuff in here too, right? Which comes with the now adult self about separating out the discernment. No, that's theirs. That they're adults. They can carry that. I don't need to carry that. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, curiously, I see why I'm here today because this all has to be done on this energetic level with someone energetic who sees me energetically,
Mm.
because that's where it was all at. And that's where it's all been stuck and held with I mean, in this physical body, but it's also, does that make sense? It's a different
Totally.
type of
Mhm.
communication and connecting.
So just agree with it because that was great insight in the right? And whoever that is, that I think that's a mix. The heart has a brain, right? Just like the mind has a heart, the heart has a brain. So my guess is that's the heart too that's following and tracking this, right? So it's very accurate apparently about this. It needed to happen at this energetic level. So we'll just agree. You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Good to know.
yeah,
Seems very accurate. And isn't
yeah,
that what happens with these noble kids, these little parts of us? You know,
yeah,
they're so empathic. They're so psychic.
yeah.
No boundaries because it's all amorphous and they can just feel into everybody.
And I think that's been the scary bit, not being able to know how to shut it off or how to protect themselves from that. And there's been no understanding
Ah.
until now, recent years, doing,
Just agree that it's scary. So the
okay, it's,
how to shut down. And there's a wonderful question, and you've been in these more recent years getting it.
yeah. So it's not about shutting down. It's, yeah, it is shutting down for them, but it's actually just me, the adult now, being able to protect them and show them when they can come out and when they can't, when they can come out and play when it's safe and when, and
Mm.
how to gently put them back to safety and containment and sleep.
Beautiful.
Or
So just let them know
yeah,
you're the parental self, right? You've taken over the parental role. It's like, I'm the adult. I got you. This is my job. It's
yeah,
not your job,
yeah,
sweetie. Thank you for carrying it, but not necessary anymore. I got it. I keep you safe. Yeah. Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Orders of love. You got the orders of love. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they can see me now, and they can see me now. They're
Yeah.
actually looking at me now and up at me. And thank you. This is just
Thank you.
wow. So I'm their natural mother now. I am their mother.
Yeah.
They just
I'm
only have to look
your
to me.
mother.
Yeah.
And you have
Just
discerning and you're capable and you can keep them safe.
yeah.
And now you're having the ultimate challenge, Christmas with the relatives.
We'll see. Yes,
Yeah. Or not, right? Maybe that's the way of keeping them safe.
well, I moved. This is my this is my 6th year down in Melbourne from being in Queensland. Most of my family up there, and I love them. They're great people, but it's not about that. It's
Mhm.
what this being and the little ones have carried all their life. And yeah, so there's the distance, but I am staying for 3 days with my baby sister down, who lives down an hour and so away. And so, which is, I think all this is being brought up because it's the last bastion of family and healing before I go down and have an entirely different experience, which would be lovely and joyful.
Yes, please. So there's a longing there. So let's get that
Mm.
in. So loving and joyful.
Yeah, being able to just be with people and family, especially, and not have be trapped in this dungeon and this yeah, it's been a dungeon. It's been a really
Yeah.
dark dungeon.
So with the dungeon and with the little ones, you just want to say to them, oh, that's not necessary.
Oh,
Just try. We'll see what happens. But sometimes with that stuff, it's a boundary, right? It's an energetic boundary because sometimes habitual, right? The repetition wound keeps going and we have to kind of wake it up a little bit. And so
oh,
that thing that wants to keep going and the pattern is, of them being the way that they've been and it being so hurtful and painful, we just say to that all, hey, not necessary. We don't have to do that.
wow.
Especially
Yeah,
as
that's
you're in
new.
front, right? And you're
Mm,
protecting them. Like you can tuck them away, or if it's unsafe, they don't have to be there. Like it's not necessary for them to get or to have what happened in the past continue along. It's not necessary, everybody, not necessary.
wow. It's like they're pattering around behind that
Yep.
dungeony thing. There's light coming into it more. And they're going,
Ooh,
can I? Is that true? Is it safe?
yes,
Is it, can we
please.
do that? So they're all excited, like, ooh,
Taking the roof off of that dungeon. Come on out. Not
mm,
necessary.
wow, coaxing them out. Wow,
Yeah.
you're right. You've nailed it.
And let's focus. Look at the light. Look at the light coming in. Yes, please.
Ah, yeah. Wow. Oh, that makes me want to cry.
Yeah. Yes, please.
That's the image I've
Goosebumps.
been getting for
Mm.
recently, and I wasn't sure how to break free.
Ooh, breaking free. Yes. Good idea. We like that.
Mm. The words are coming. Is it possible? Is it really real?
Ah, yeah.
Yes,
So
it's
let's
really
just
real.
refer back. Yeah, it's possible. It's allowed.
Mm.
Let's continue
Wow.
now.
Mm.
And it's okay if they have any yeah buts. We listen to the yeah buts, right? Because this
Yeah.
is a big shift, and it's okay if they need some time here to check it on out and you know, but
Wow. It
yeah,
is there's pain coming up about it and fear, and it's more wonderment now, a wonderment. Ah, Okay, this is okay. Wow. Yeah, you're right. It takes time for the pet or the new animal to,
Yeah, which is okay.
and
We have patience, right? And also,
yeah,
your now adult self, myself, is
yeah,
what we're doing here is like we also over time prove to them that you got it, that you are the strong, capable mom who can look after them and look after
yeah.
yourself, right? So
Oh,
we,
absolutely.
we wouldn't want to have them just trust prematurely. We've got to own that. We've got to just prove that,
Mm,
through
yeah,
stability and step by step, and then they'll come to
yeah,
see that they can relax. Yeah, that it's safe
yeah,
now.
yeah. Oh, that's exciting. That's exciting.
Yes, please, to
No one,
exciting.
yeah, thank you. No wonder I've been watching on YouTube adult
Mm.
humans rescuing little kittens that have been abandoned, and
Oh, yes.
uh,
The
isn't
metaphor.
it? There's no mistakes about anything we come across and anything we look at because it's coming from us and directing us to help us to heal.
Yes,
Gosh,
please.
and so I need to really thank Edwina Vanden Weisten because she's the one that sent me to you.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, so I don't know if I should be mentioning names, but
We'll take it out. It's okay.
thank you very much. Yeah, I
We'll
don't want
take it
to
out. Yeah,
disrespect anything, but
yeah.
oh my God, thank you.
Yeah, it'll continue to unfold, right? So just lots
Mm,
of yes, please, and we'll work together. We'll see how this unfolds. You got me.
mm,
I'm always here, right? You're just as the parental self to them. And as that plays out over time, you'll prove yourself to them. I can feel that capability in you, so
yeah,
you're ready and you got it. So you're not
yeah,
lying to them. You truly are solid for them. So that's awesome.
thank you.
And just you can check with them. They might have it, or you might, now adult self. But I like to put titles on these. So if we were to put a title, what title would you like to see on your inquiry?
Breaking free,
Beautiful. Yeah.
freedom, freedom.
Just
Yeah,
freedom? Put freedom?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you've just helped facilitate the breaking free, so it's freedom.
Yes, please.
Thank you so much. Oh my
Thank
gosh.
you for coming and jumping right in. And what a beautiful inquiry. And thank you to your little ones.
What a beautiful, unexpected surprise and gift of you. So,
Mm,
and this forum. Thank you.
mm.
Gosh.
Thank you, Mary. Yeah.
Would I be able to get a copy of that
Yes.
at all? Or
Yes.
would that
Yeah.
be okay with you?
Yep. And it'll be sent out. And if you will put into the chat, you can write it direct to
Yeah.
me, just so I know which Mary, right? And put your email to me in the chat,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I will email it direct to you so you've got it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just gonna write myself a little note here too. And if you care to, if there's anybody that wants to respond, you can unmute to Mary's work, or you can use the chat. Uh, Sometimes there's parallel processing or various things going on, so you can do that way too.
That'd be
Mary's
lovely.
map. And I just know there's lots of beautiful processing, if not in this group. It probably is in this group, but also, at large, very
Mm,
helpful for people. So perfect to do at Christmas or as we approach Christmas. Yeah,
mm,
lovely. Thank you, Mary.
thank you.
Yeah, amazingness of how we find each other at the perfect moments. Yeah.
Mm,
Thank you, Mary. That was that was very beautiful to watch. the capturing that Christina was doing energetically, like getting so quickly to what is going on for you, Mary, and
Wow.
finding an expression for that, and then seeing your resonance to that. Yeah, I just doodled. I mean, I drew
Hmm.
something
Oh, beautiful.
in the background.
Wow.
Wait, is it? Ah,
Yeah, it's come across. We can see it as you're
okay,
holding it up. Yeah.
a little bit. And I
Lovely.
Wow.
started up here. It's kind of hard to see, but like with these two things that almost look like a bell, you know, the meditation bell gong thing.
Oh,
And that's kind
yeah.
of what I started with without knowing. I was like, oh, this is what it looks like. And it's almost what you said first with the little ones. And I really resonate with that. I'm also a little one, empath. Hello. Um, yeah. And then it just like continued, and yeah, maybe a little. There, so
Well,
you with your children.
and Yanni, if you want to send that to me, I'll include it in the notes too.
Sure, and Mary, yeah, you'll get it then, Mary, right?
I can forward it to Mary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's amazing.
And I also just tried
Wow.
out this new pen. I thought it was a different one. I thought it was a fat pencil. That's actually a cold pencil. And I'm like, oh. Anyway, little excitement on the materialist side. Yeah.
Thank you. That's gorgeous.
Welcome. I might get the pronunciation wrong, but if it's L or Ili, you're welcome.
Ele! Hey, it's a friend of mine from Germany.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Wow, just in time for you.
Also
Support for you.
a mom.
Yeah.
She's gonna stay silent, but curious to see after I send her the link. She's late.
She goes, yeah, late.
Oh.
Yeah, it's later in Europe too, isn't it? Yeah.
9 hours later.
Yanni, are you welcome to go next? Does that feel all right for you?
I don't have to.
I know you don't have to.
I do like being in the background. And didn't Heather or who was sharing
Yeah,
before?
Heather's here too. Yeah, we can certainly go to Heather.
If that's okay for Heather.
Heather, is it okay by you if Yanni goes first and then we go to you?
Oh no, the other way around.
Whatever you feel most comfortable. Yeah.
She's doing the squirmy thing, understandably. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello? Okay.
I keep feeling you for third. So
Okay.
Okay.
are you okay, Heather, to hang on?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay, timing wise? Yeah, okay. And energy wise for you too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So and Yanni, if it is too uncomfortable, then by all means, we'll just switch and we'll go to Heather. But my intuition is kind of like, oh, I think it's okay. Yeah, and we'll just
Okay.
say to that one, oh, you're welcome here. Like it's okay.
Okay.
Oh, I like to be in the background. Yeah, I get it. Those of us who take notes, right? We're literally the fly on the wall at the meetings and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I just felt like my topic wasn't as deep. Maybe that's
Ah,
why I
well, you don't know. We'll see what
yeah.
happens.
Let's see.
Yeah. And it's all welcome, right? So it's all part of the human experience. Yeah. Just check and chat. Okay, I've got the screen, so I think you can see the blank sheet of paper.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to look at my. So you were talking about shared practice of meditation, right? And also you talked the people that Joe Dispenza's work, and there was a little bit, as there often is when meditation comes up. It's a big thing, and then when we turn it into a big thing, then the difficulty in being with it comes up, right? Or can it happen? Will it happen? Yikes, all that kind of reaction stuff. So that's what that's my interpretation of the check-in that you came with. It might have shifted on you, but we're just going to welcome all of it. I'm going to draw it just really basic. Get my drawing tools up here. And do you have a particular color that you like for the lettering?
Maybe blue. Some
Okay. Yeah, great.
maybe further down. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. You're a visual practitioner. We got to get the right one. Yeah. The turquoisey one, or you tell me with these blues. There's like
the left, the little darker even. Yeah, that one.
that one. Okay, excellent. Good. So all that kind of reporting in, I'm just going to put it, oops, wrong pen. Report. That's wrong too. Okay. Oops. Hold on, there it came back. Good. So that information contained in your report, we know for sure it was about meditation and this longing for a group of people, right, to kind of meditate with or do the Dispenza material and stuff with.
It's like having a container that I can drop into, and it helps me keep going, or like stay with it.
Yeah. Keep going. Stay with it.
Kind of funny, keep going with meditation. Keep going in stillness.
Yeah, I did the oxymoron of it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're just agreeing with all of this. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice if? Yes, please. And just seeing, there might be a yeah, but or stuff that comes up. So there might be some partial energy, a no thank you. We saw some of that with Mary's, right? It's very natural to have mixed up energy of things. But as you welcome all of this, just notice what goes on in your nervous system as we're kind of circling around it.
Well, there's a little fear of that not happening again, I guess.
Right. Right.
The many failed attempts of trying to get a consistent group of people together around something.
I didn't hear the last part. You kind of drifted off.
I'm sorry. Getting the failed attempts of getting people around a thing together, like a consistent group. And it's just like the failed attempts, because I guess I do see that as a solution for many problems. We just need time and space.
Well, let's go. We have to go. First off, we have to meet fear. So fear's coming in here, right? So I'll kind of draw like a thundercloud coming in here to this beautiful longing and idea over here. And then all the rain from the previous stuff comes in.
Great. I'm getting sweats under my armpits already.
Yeah. Hello, sweating. Yeah. Yeah. So all that starts to kick in the nervous system. So now we just go, oh, hello. Wow. Look at that. You're welcome here. Even if it's not particularly comfy to start to get sweaty and stuff, it's here. So we got to kind of welcome it because that's the reality of what's going on. Now, there were failed attempts with not getting a consistent group together. So there's probably a bunch of no thank you, whatever happened in the history here, which sounds like it wasn't particularly pleasant. So just agree with it. You're right. You're right. We didn't like that. No thanks. That wasn't fun. We didn't like it. Ick. It makes us sweaty. And just see what happens as we're just like agreeing with it, that we didn't like it. That was not fun.
There's like a disappointment in self too.
There's a good articulation. It's taking us to the next level. So it's really pointing out, hey, there's big disappointment here, right? This is probably the heart in here, some heartbreak.
Like
So
also
we
like,
have to really give it its due, right? Because this is not a light thing. There's big disappointment in here.
mm,
You're right.
yeah, like that doesn't feel fully right, but like a being let down too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, part of me is like, it's just a narrative of being let down. Because
And
I'm,
so I didn't hear that bit.
oh, sorry, it feels like it's just my own narrative.
Oh, yes.
This
Okay.
idea of being me being let down is, that isn't fully true. It's because I reached out, I would ask or I would like initiate things and then things wouldn't come together. Um, hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. Now your mind's kind of getting in here,
Mm,
right? So we just gotta welcome it
mhm.
because it's saying, this is your narrative, right? So big bows to the mind because it's got some angle on this, right? To be using those words and stuff. So hello, mind.
Mm,
You're welcome here.
mm,
Mind, intellect, logic. And like I said with Mary, right, that always has heart. So it's of service to you. All of our minds, everybody who comes to me has a really great mind and intellect. I've got an aspect of that too. So lots of love to our minds. And this mind's been doing some
mm,
study, and it's like, this is your narrative. And it's not wrong, right? Because it's true at one level, it's your narrative. You've got this lined up as your narrative. So you're right, mind. You're
mm,
right. And now let's go a little deeper because the disappointment probably lies here. It's not mind, heart, or it's even belly. So we
mm,
want to go and get some second and third opinions here. The mind's got it. It's a narrative, says the mind. And again, it's right from its vantage point and from its skill set. But let's drop a little further if it's okay and comfy to do. Let's go check
mm.
with the heart. Hey, heart, how are you? How are you around this meditation stuff and what's happened in the past and stuff with people in wanting to form a group?
It's like it's moving like back and forth. It's just like, yeah, I want to be out there. I'm sensitive and I'm welcoming. And I'm like, oh, world can be harsh and
Mm-hmm.
not so connected. Um, yeah.
Agree with it. That's very
Like,
wise. It's true, right? From a sensitive heart place. It wants to. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, despite all of the sensitivity and the past hurt and stuff, it still goes back and forth. It's like, I want
mm,
to, right? And
mm,
then it's like, oh, it's a harsh world.
yeah.
So just
It's
compassion. Aw, look at you, heart. You keep trying,
mm,
even though it's scary for you.
mm, mm, yeah.
Now let's go
Mm,
see if there's capacity here. I think there might be. That's
mm,
why I'm like doing the hey, let's go from a coach thing. Let's just softly and gently poke a little bit lower down into the belly, into the gut, because that's even deeper. Notice that they're stacked up in our body in a certain way, right? So the
mm,
head rests on the heart, and then both of them rest on the belly,
mm,
which is the most ancient wisdom in us.
mm,
And it's okay if there's any blocks or stuff. We'll go there, but just
mm,
bringing the microphone, if you will, for an interview, going down to the belly. Hey, belly, we've just heard from mind and we've heard from heart. How is it for you?
mm.
And anything you notice from the belly?
I feel like it's definitely a little like, you know,
A
like
little fluttery?
yeah, it's a little nervous feeling.
Okay, makes sense.
Um, um, a little wanting to hide.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's like trying to retreat towards the back of my body.
Oh, so we just be like, oh, look at you. Isn't it amazing, right? Like here I am, pushy, pushy, and you go second. And then we have the heart who's like, oh, I don't, it's scary. And even the belly is retreating. So remember we were talking about the rescue animal with Mary. So this is your version. So we just be really soft and gentle. I love dogs. In fact, here's my little puppy who's a rescue puppy, sleeping behind us here. Right. Her name's Presley. So I happen to know, and I too watch the animal rescue videos and things. So there's so much there. So we just be really sweet with that belly of yours that wants to retreat to the back of your body. We make no fast moves, right? We just kind of bring our presence at a safe distance. We don't want to impose and put our energy and boundary over there, right? So we just kind of stay at a safe, respectful distance. And we just say, hey, we're here. And thank you for coming, even though you want to totally retreat back there into the cave. Understandable.
I can already feel the ease more and like more expansion in the belly for sure.
Yay. So already your belly's responding to that. So thank you, thank you. So that's high honor, right? For it to respond that way to us. It views us as safe. Isn't that nice? Everybody, good job. And so thank you, thank you. I do lots of bowing. So it's just a shorthand way of just giving honoring and respect, right? So we're just for the belly to give ease, we're just like, wow, thank you. High praise. Thank you, thank you. Our honor. And then you can just kind of scan the three intelligences here and just see how's everybody as we kind of come up to this longing around meditation. And here you are in a group, right? That's meditation and self-inquiry. So good job, everybody. You found your way here and are even communicating, even though there's this desires to understandably not be so seen. Like, isn't that amazing that this synchronicities happen and they're participating like this? And yes, please, for even finding, more people are creating something that has the same nature to it. Yes, please. Wouldn't that be nice if? Yes, please. And just see if any of them have any response, right? Anything you notice.
Sense and mind is very open.
Nice.
Like my heart also was definitely extending more warmth.
Excellent. So they're all responding.
As you're speaking.
So that's very good news, right? Because there's lots of ways they could have responded. So mind is more open, heart is more warmth, and belly's got more ease. So we're just going to invite that to even stretch out a little more if it likes to. No pressure, doesn't have to. But hey, you're welcome here. You can stretch out, stretch on out. So mind can stretch out for more openness, and the heart with more warmth, and the belly with more ease. We're just letting them know they have space that they can take up if they care to. Stretch on out, everybody.
Yeah.
I can feel that on my side. Right? As we encounter a safe place to finally release some of the tightness of the contraction to like, oh.
Yeah, and it seems like it's like a way, it seems more possible. Things seem
Yeah. Excellent.
more like a play field, like an open field.
Yes, please. That's exactly what you're talking about with the field, right? A shared field, so a safe field. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Good idea, all. Good
Safe
idea.
field resonates well.
What was that? It's more
Let's say safe field resonates with
good.
me.
Good. So this really resonates. Good to know. And I'm just going to put a couple more. When something really resonates or takes up more space, I just draw more of the energetic around it, right? That it's kind of humming along. So yes, please. Yes, please, to safe field. You can stretch out here, safe field. We like it. You're welcome here. And in the world at large, right? You're also doing work for the collective. Yes, we're doing it for you and all of us that are so lucky to be participating in parallel processing. And we're all connected. All is one, right? So we're all connected. Yes, please, to safer field for the whole world, for us here in this container. For Yanni, yes, please. Good idea. Safe field. More of that in the world. Transmission, please.
Mhm. Yeah, it's like it's getting to a point with like, oh, I can't wait.
Oh, goody. Yeah. No need to wait.
Mm,
We're right here.
mm, mm,
Yes. Yes. And it continues to unfold in others in the world at large. Yes, please.
mm,
And us sensitive ones can kind of get there first and hold the space, right? And then the rest can kind of calibrate from there.
mm,
We each have our roles and our affinities.
mm, mm,
And just check in with your
mm.
team here. How are they? What do you notice?
The team being the parts or the team being the
Your three
participants?
intelligences. Yeah.
Mm,
So your
mm,
mind
mhm,
and your heart and your belly.
mm. Yeah, ready to interact, I think.
Ooh, beautiful. Good news.
Mm, 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 mhm, mm.
Yes, please. Yes, please. You're
Mm.
welcome here. Good
Looks
idea.
looks great. This
We like it.
this swirl and then the radiant. Mm.
Now it'll continue to unfold, right? All the work, quote unquote, is just grokking with this. You've already done it, right? So just marinating in this.
Mm.
Uh, and if you were to put a title on this,
Mm.
what title wants to be here?
What came up was this like it feels like it's like an energetic anchoring
That's great.
um
Yeah,
for the practice.
beautiful.
Yeah, something like an energetic anchoring. Yeah.
I'll put energetic anchoring.
Mm.
Excellent. Well, thank you for jumping in and allowing me to push you into being second.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for um this guiding me through this process. It's amazing how it like how these parts get unlocked and these.
As we meet them, right? As you just bravely each meet what's there and be gentle, and it shows its
Mm,
cues. And then if we've been authentic and genuinely congruent, then yeah, they show their treasures. Yeah.
mm, mm. Beautiful process, yeah. Mm.
And kiss the mind too, because now the mind's back to like, right? Because it's tracking and everything. So just agree with it. And it takes a while. The belly and the heart, they really get inquiry. They live inquiry. It takes a little bit for mind. So just mind, it's like, it's okay, stick around. You'll understand more and more mind as we go along. Yeah. And especially with what you're going to do with your group, if when that wants to unfold for you, same thing, right? So that kind of practice, mind just comes along and gets calibrated.
Mm.
And the three of them work more in teamship, right? Yours are already working nicely there, but they become more and more used to being with each other.
Yeah, I feel like that's almost my ultimate goal, for them to be more
Yep.
in alignment, and like communication.
Yep. And exactly what you did with the transmission, right? Especially those of us who work with groups, because you wrote me, so I know a little bit about you. So this is the biggest thing that we can bring into groups, right? Is our alignment and is our energetic. And other minds might not understand, but when we walk in a room with this kind of calibration, right, it impacts things too. It makes our interventions very effective, working at that energetic level too, in addition to, graphic recording and graphic facilitation, right? Yeah. So I wish you all the best with your
Thanks.
finding that. And let me know too, because I might have people who I know in the area you're in, right? That
Yeah.
might be also interested, other people from Satsang. How
Oh, yeah.
wonderful to have somebody local that you can all sit together.
Yeah.
Because I'm further down the island from you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be great.
To be continued.
Ela needs to go to bed. Thanks for coming, Ela. She's already left.
Nice.
No.
That's so great. You had your buddy to see that. Yeah.
Totally.
She goes back to sleep. Yeah. A lot of my client base is over in Europe, so I know how that goes. Yeah. So we just after a beautiful piece of work, we just kind of come back and calibrate as a group again. If there's anything you want to share, you can say it or you can write it in the chat. And now we're going to go zero in on Heather when she's ready.
Can you hear me? I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you both for going ahead. I had a lot of parallel processing, and I love this process because I don't know what's going to come up. Let's find out.
Heather, it's a little echoey.
Yeah, I'm in a place where, I'm kind of in a room. Is it too much? Should I go find another place?
Do you have it on speaker?
I have a headset on, but
okay.
Maybe it's a very echoey room. If it's too much, I can feel somewhere else. But
okay,
try. Just a second,
yeah, it's hard for me to hear you. It's a little echoey.
Okay.
I might miss out on some of the words and nuance.
Yeah, let me mute for just a second while I travel.
Okay, yeah. I'll just tee up the next map and get that ready.
I'm wondering, is this better? Or is there still an echo?
I think there's still an echo.
Yeah.
I can work with it. It's definitely better than it was.
Could it be that maybe the headset isn't fully working, and maybe if you put your phone closer to the mouth?
Yeah, it's a different headset than what I'm used to. So it's sort of like speakerphone for the microphone, but then a headset for my ears. But if it's too much, we can do this another time.
I really want to do it now.
I know, I've got the curiosity too, don't I? Oh, let's see. I could go out to my car. Let me see. It's just going to take a few minutes. That's the
Is
only
there a
thing
way
is I
to
don't want to.
disconnect that? Is there a way to disconnect the headset so you could just do it off the phone like regular?
Let me see. I mean, I can talk
Oh,
like it's
That's better.
like I'm
That's
just on my
whatever you just
phone.
did. That's good.
I'm just talking on my phone, so I'll have to put it up to my ear, but I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that
Okay.
if that's better.
Thank you.
All right.
That's so better. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
What color do you
Good.
want?
Let's go with a earthy green.
Oh, righty. It's funny.
Please.
I just grabbed a green. I must have known that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll see if the green I've chosen is the right green, though. Hold on.
As long as it's earthy or, like sage or peridot or, something of the earth would be nice.
Is that all right? Can you see it?
No. I'm on the phone, so I can't see it.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Well, you'll see it after the fact.
Yeah, it'll be a surprise.
Yeah. And then you'll show me
Yeah.
what those colors actually look like.
That's great.
Okay, Han. So we're going to welcome prophetic dream and the shaman and the sick and the purged and not with this shaman. And it's within you and healing my body, all that wonderful stuff in your check-in.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of drawing, a little cloud and with some quote bubbles in here of that. And just see if it's moved on you. What's most significant now?
You had mentioned the shaman within, and I know that when I first had the dream, I was like, I don't even know where to begin with this. And I had a series of things that happened to me this week, and then I was talking to a mentor who I've worked with for probably over 10 years, and I just asked, do you know a shaman? And she said, yeah. And she told me, and I was like, oh, I know who that is. That's right. Okay. So I thought, okay, this is fine. But then it felt like, and I don't want this to be taken the wrong way by anyone that's either a feminist. Or I don't want them to think that I'm a sexist. But I feel like I kind of need to unplug the patriarchy in order for me to heal. I don't need a man to help me heal. It needs to either come through me or another woman, if that makes sense, or a non-gender person. But I just feel like the conditioning, so the conditioning of the male energy, of the Western male energy is just not what I need. My body's just going, no. So maybe I should have asked for a shaman. Yeah.
So just, we're bowing to all of that because it's emerging as a natural aversion, right? So, you're right. Didn't like that. And this whole thing about unplug the patriarchy, just agree with it. Yeah, you're right. We like that. We prefer that.
Yeah. Yeah, and just listening to my body, and it just keeps telling me, you can do this. You have everything you need. And I don't know that I've ever believed that before. This is new. Like, oh, I've never done that. How would I know? And funny because I don't use Western medicine. I use my intuition and herbs and different medicines that call to me because it's what my body wants. So I've been listening to my body.
Well, we'll just let I have the benefit of larger perspective. So I know you've done a lot, right, with the allopathic route, and you're not being whatever. You're not being
it's not met. Yeah,
I guess, right?
Me.
I just want to make sure folks know that the bigger context here. So it's been quite a journey for you. So let's just agree that that this is new. Right? This whole, you can do this and you do have everything, that it's new. And maybe it's even a little shaky, or there might even be another side to it, right? There's a side that doubts it, but there definitely is a part here, an aspect here that is aligning with you can do this and you have everything you need. So we're just going to welcome it. Hey, you can do everything. You can do this and you have everything you need. Wow, you are welcome here as you're coming online more and more in Heather. And just agreeing that it's new, right? It's really a new birthing that's happening here, a new emergence. This is coming into more solidity than it ever has. And if there is a yeah, but we just welcome the yeah, but side of it too. That's okay if there's mixed energy or conflict. What do you notice?
Yeah, I mean, my body is saying, yes, please, you've got this. And my mind is saying, wait, I've never done this before. Wait, there's all these other things that are wrong. I don't want to say wrong, but like the rest of the body is going, but you haven't dealt with this yet. Or this isn't, this needs to be healed, or this needs to be addressed. Yeah.
Okay, so there's the mind is and and wait, and then the body is just yes, please, yes, please, yes, please. So let's just be compassionate with the mind, right? Because it's the one that's kind of the outlier here, and that it's wait, we got this, we got that. You're moving too fast here. I don't know. So sweet mind and intellect, because they operate on different stations here, right? Left brain and right brain.
Absolutely.
Body being
totally
right
different
brain.
languages.
Yeah, exactly. So it's hard. It's hard for the mind and the cognitive, right? This is really, it makes it nervous. And it's like, I'm usually in control, and hold on, I got to get my plan and I got to get it all mapped out here, and you're moving too fast.
And the mind just told the body, no, that's good. And that's good. And the mind just told the body, you're too slow. And the body's like, the body is saying, you haven't allowed me to do my thing. Like, you don't know how fast I can be. Like, from your point of view or perspective, that's not true.
Okay.
Energetically, I feel like the body can be a magnetic for the kind of energy that it needs. And that's not maybe it's measurable, but not to the mind. Can't be identified by the mind.
Good. Just taking it in and just see how mind responds, because body's like, hey, thank you very much. You haven't let me move as I can, right? I haven't been able to do my thing. You've hampered me.
Yeah.
How's mind respond?
Wow. The mind said, what do you need?
Ooh, excellent.
Yeah.
Goosebumps on that.
Yeah.
And what's the body say to that?
Get out of the way. Get out of the way.
Oh, get out of the way.
It's almost, get out of the way. It's almost saying,
step aside.
Exactly. Yeah.
How sweet little mind deal with that? Body's like standing up and saying, get out of the way, step aside.
Yeah.
That's how you can help.
Yeah. And there's a lot of buts coming from the mind.
Oh, okay, we'll go there. So understandably, but. So, mind.
Yeah.
And let's give a deep bow to the mind's heart, right? And just reminding body, hey, mind's coming from love, from its world. What it's doing, that's how it shows its love.
Yeah. Like, it wants to work overtime. It wants to,
it has
wants
been.
to solve it. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So just see how the body gets. Yeah.
Yeah.
See
the body's telling the mind. Yeah, the body's saying yes, and you need to do some very deep listening. Listen in ways you've never listened before. And it's telling it, go back to the dream. And the mind says, okay, I can do that.
Great. And as
The
we go back
time-
to the dream, let's go back in there.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
who
this
wants
is
to
a
take the
powerful,
way?
powerful dream time. Well, the dream, what happens in the dream, I don't know what happens in the body other than the body is, I don't know I don't know what the body's doing in the dream state. Probably
So
rejuvenating, probably.
yeah. Stop for a
But-
sec. I think what
Yeah.
happened, and this is my mind because I just said I think, but
Yeah.
it has to run through. I always pronounce it wrong, right? But for something to get from the right brain over to the left brain, it's translated for you to explain it to us. You have to translate it through the left brain. So the left brain is telling us. So let's hear what the left brain says, and then we'll see what the body responds. Because the left brain is trying to interpret it, right? It's like you tell me to go back to the dream, but I don't really get the dream because this is all I see, right? So mine, what do you see in that dream? What do you think you see?
Yes. The mind sees the dream for sure. The mind
Yeah.
is definitely listening to that. It's
But
just that it's saying, wait a minute, the dream speaks differently than the body speaks. And I'm wondering if they can either meet in the dream or if other entities, whether it's guides or something else, can
help
speak to the mind through the dream. Yeah.
Okay, so let's check with the body because, hey, body, mine's saying that it thinks the dream is different from you, that you're not speaking the same language. Your language is different from the dream's language. Just check to see if that's true from the body's point of view.
The body is like kind of laughing at the mind, going, yeah, just go there. It's like, go away, kid, you bother me. Like, it's just like...
It's trying to
saying,
distract it, to
just-
put it somewhere. That'll keep it busy. It'll be pondering that dream forever.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I'm having a sense of humor about this, I think, but I think too that it's almost as if the body's saying, mind, if that's the way you need to understand it in order to listen, fine.
Okay.
Like it's the same. It's the same. That's where we can meet. We can meet in the dream.
Okay,
And the
there's your
mind is
answer, mind.
saying-
How are you with that?
The mind is now saying, well, what do I do until then? Like, what do I do during the waking hours? Yes, the mind is a doer.
The mind's
Oh,
always
my God.
connected. I'm just going to draw them in here on our drawing, right? So just deep
Yeah,
compassion because they
yeah.
came as a team. So the mind is connected to the hands, right? The doer and the action, or the feet, right? The movement. So it's itching to get its hands in here and start doing. Well, what do I do? First off, thank you for your love. Oh my goodness, you just want to do. Hey,
Yeah.
body, how do you respond to that? Mine's like, well, okay, we can meet in the dream, but what do I do?
Yeah. And the heart is chiming in now and really enjoying this. And it's saying, you have the passions in your life that you can rely on. Whether it's the work that you're doing that's helping the world, or the creative part that helps you get into the flow state. That's where you can show up. Because that's the processing that needs to happen. It'll keep you busy. It'll keep you doing. And through that, that's where you can get the information you need. If you have to be a waking mind doing something, focus on your work, the future work, and focus on your creative work.
Okay, good. Your future work, your creative work. Okay, how's it respond?
Oh, it's like, got it.
Oh, good.
It
I
loves
like
it.
that. That helped.
It's like, thanks for the assignment. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
it likes that. It needs assignments.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. That was good. Whew. And now the body's like, oh, thank goodness. Like, I can breathe now.
We got
You're
the
giving me
mind
a
focused
panic
on what
attack.
it can focus on. Yeah. And now I can breathe.
Yeah.
Yes, please to that. Now I can breathe now. Yeah, back to that. Yes, please. Back to the now. Now I can
Yeah.
breathe. So the body is breathing. Being
Yeah.
that. Now I can breathe.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh. And the body is just saying that thank you for the space. Like you have just been hounding me. It feels as if my body now has autonomy. That's huge.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
please.
the mind
Yes,
is saying,
please.
oh, is that all you needed?
Why didn't you tell me?
Right? Because the body didn't know that word. The body didn't know that.
Yeah.
Didn't have that language to tell it, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But thank goodness we figured it out. And now both are happy. Both have what they need.
Yeah.
Good news. Sounds like
Well,
they're both okay,
they
but just
have,
seeing.
yeah, they have information. They have to do the work now. Now they have to figure out like I don't want to say the synchronicity, like the symphony of it, of the how to make
Yeah.
it work. Like they've got work to do. Not work. I mean, it could be play. It could be a dance. It could be, it doesn't have to be
Well,
work.
let's just go back to
No,
symphony. You had it with symphony. So
yeah.
symphony, I think that's how we spell it.
Mhm.
Symphony. And if I have it spelt wrong, please anybody put it
Yeah.
into the type for me or the chat for me. When you write words, sometimes they look really funny, even though they're right. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I'll change it. But just we're just focusing on symphony. Just go there with the mind focused on its passions and getting information that way and contributing that way. And the body finally getting the space and the breath, the place to breathe. Both of them in the zone in their own unique ways, working together as a symphony. Yes, please.
Wow. There's like the words that keep coming up are like structured and informed wisdom.
Excellent.
It's like the body's saying, don't worry, mind, even though you know all these great things, there is a biological science to this you'll never understand. Like maybe if you read a whole bunch of medical books, but not Western medical, like there's like, it's
Right.
not even it doesn't matter. If you go and read a whole bunch of information, it's going to be more information and 99% of it is not even going to be applicable. Like you'll never truly understand the wisdom that's inside of this cell, inside of this gut. Because those cells don't belong in the brain. Like these are completely different. Even though they're made of the same matter, they have completely different functions. And the structure and the brilliance, I guess the genius, the informed part of this cell over here, let it like honor its wisdom, I think. I think that's what it's saying.
Beautiful. And how does mind
Yeah.
take that?
A little defensive. Like at first it was like, well, you don't understand how the brain cell works. Kind of a smarty pants.
Yeah.
This is funny. This is really funny. And it's like, yes, you're right. Oh, okay. I like being right. Right. Okay. Yeah. It's like the brain can agree to that.
Now just check, because I have a sneaking suspicion the two of them in their symphony together. I think this is your inner shaman. Check with them. Am I right?
Oh, wow. Okay, we might have to take this one offline, Christina, and do a what do we call it? It's not celestial. What is it? A constellation.
Constellation?
Because
Yeah.
all of a sudden, yeah, I mean, we don't have to do this now, but this might be a future one. I feel like the shaman is a whole nother thing
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
sitting back, watching the whole thing.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
I
like
was
watching this
off,
whole
but
thing
it was
happen.
able to point to where it truly is. No, not this. So
Yeah,
just say hello to it.
but here's,
Oh,
and here's the thing, but I say that and it's still a part of all of it, you know? Like if it were a Venn diagram, the shaman would be, you know, right there between it all. So it's like yes and.
okay.
It's not separate, it's part of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense because it's everything. Yeah.
It's everything. Yeah.
So it pointed it's differentiated itself, right? So just a big, huge
Yeah.
thank you to that. Oh my goodness. It
Yeah.
just, yeah, we were kind of thinking it at this level and it very quickly pointed out, no, this is who I am. This is where I am. Wow. Thank you. There
Yeah.
you are.
It's part of it's part of a bigger energy that's connected to more resources than what the brain and the body has access to.
Perfect. Good to know. Yes, please.
Yeah.
So just
Kind
feeling
of
that.
like an auric field. Yes. Kind of
Mm,
like an auric field, but maybe even bigger.
excellent.
Like even I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So really entering into the mystery.
Yes. Yes.
But
Yes.
that's thank it
That's,
for the auric field. How interesting. Today it's been so much about energy and energetic field, etc. So here's the auric field. So just, oh, you're right. That's the closest thing that our puny human minds can grab onto to get into the vicinity of where your inner shaman is. So thank it. Oh, thank you in that region. Good to know. Thank you for the pointer.
Yeah.
And so now that it's kind of communicating with us, anything that it wants to beam at you too, given the symphony of the body and the mind going on, inner shaman, how are we doing? Anything that you'd like to confer from your vantage point?
It's thankful and grateful for being acknowledged and it's time to tap into this. It's time. Thank you. And it's almost like, I don't know that my human can describe this in words, so the best metaphor I can come up with is like opening up a second set of eyelids.
Wow.
Like seeing another layer of myself that I didn't know was there.
Yes, please. And I think you might have your title. It's around this. It's time. It's time to tap in.
Yeah.
To the inner shaman or what? Maybe it'll give us a title. What's the title for this?
I like that. It's time to tap in.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's what it told me before, and my body and my brain were just resisting. No, it's not time. Yeah, it is time to tap in. This is the moment, and yeah, there's all these words that are coming in my mind because my mind is just trying to make sense of this. And so it's like, it's okay. Like you say, kiss the mind. It's like, okay, just keep playing with all those words. Write them down if you need to.
Good. Yeah. Yeah, because all it has, because it's mind, it has intellect, right? So it's
right.
Appreciation, also just compassion, right? Because it's a one-trick pony, as is mind, right? It doesn't have the other aspects. Thank goodness the other parts of our system do. So that's all it has to work with. So go for it. Nothing wrong with words.
Yeah. You're doing your thing. That's how you communicate. That's how
you're
you
contributing
make
your
understanding.
part. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're running it through your language.
And And the body is again validating, remember, the work that you're going to be doing, the creative work, the future work. That's your role. And you do it so well, so well. Keep it up, because that's the portal. That's the way through.
Yeah, and it brings it down into earth for you and then for other human beings, right? Because it is very handy to be able to channel things down into words and concepts and onto paper and into writing or whatever tools of the earth. So good job, mind and doer, you're on it. And more will unfold here, especially with this connection with the inner shaman for the future work. And mind, you're part of it. You're an integral member.
Yeah, the mind is as if it's translating what it needs to do, what the body needs to do here on this earth. And the body is informing the mind what it needs. I can see all the interconnectedness here. Oh.
Good news. Yes, please. Interconnectedness.
Yeah, this is great. Yeah. Thank you.
My pleasure.
I didn't know. Wow. I love inquiry. I just didn't know any of this was going to come out. Mainly because my brain has just been thinking about it all day, going, what do I do with all of this? There's so much here. So thank you for helping me decompress it and unpack it. Yeah.
And thank you for the meeting. Helps all of us meet the other aspects too, beyond our minds and doers. And yes, please, to our inner shamans too. Yeah. Thank you, Heather. Beautiful inquiry.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we never know what will happen when we hold these, or I hold these, and who comes and what's present today. So as we wrap up, that's who was present today. That's who came. That's what we co-created together. Just deep honoring and bowing and thanking for what unfolded so beautifully today. What an honor. And thank you for the parallel processing. I always learn so much when I hold space and things within me are responding and unfolding. So thank you so much. I had flashed the day of when we are next. It's the third Sunday of the month. So I forget right now. So I had to go to if I can get my mouse to cooperate, I will go to my slides so I can flash it. So third Sunday of the month. So in January, that will be January 21st. I'll switch it to the 10 o'clock time. Sorry, that's going to be pretty late, Mary in Australia, or early, I guess, for you. But I flip-flop them just because we saw some of the Europeans, it gets a little late for them. So as I flip-flop the times, I think I'll just keep going with that for these very reasons with the flipping of the time. Also, just FYI, I'll send out notes on it. This recording usually ends up in my e-zine, and of course it ends up on the YouTube. So this one, that will follow that usual path. I've also been doing free recorded sessions for the last 2.5 years, and I have like a huge queue of those piled up. And so I think I'm going to switch the e-zine after this one to those recorded sessions with individuals. And I think what wants to merge here, I keep feeling there's a platform I have, an online forum, which the technology we use is called Circle. So I think I'm going to move this ever-evolving public satsang into that platform so that we have more of a community. So the recordings will be just in the community of people. You're all in that. If you found your way here, you're already, and I'll send out lists, an email to the list on these details. So I don't think they're going to be shared, the recordings. I'm not going to share them as wide. Different people, understandably, too, are reluctant to have their processing completely out there in the world. Totally understand that. So we're going to cocoon it in this circle for other like-minded hearted people who are, part of my community. And that's where those recordings will be from here on in. There probably will be a drop-in as well, a pay-as-you-like for it. because I have been funding it all myself for these years, like $10 or something, drop in. But we'll make that clear. And it's certainly, if that's not possible, please come regardless, right, on what's possible economically, especially as it's a challenging time for many with inflation and all the ramifications of that, and whatever they want to call this times that we're in, whether it's recessions or not. But I'll make that all clear. So it continues to evolve. It's been 3.5 years or something, right? So it just keeps gently kind of showing itself to me about what the next evolutions are. So that's the inklings that I'm getting. I'll make that clear in an email and put it out. All it means is it continues along. It's just going to be in a more sheltered, cocoony kind of place moving forward. If there's anything you'd like to say to complete, you can unmute. We'll probably do just a quick go around, and we'll switch over to bonus time too and turn off the mic if there's anything that wants to be said off mic. Shannon, anything you want to say to complete? You don't have to, but I'm just found myself aware. So your first time coming to Satsang officially, maybe you've watched some of the recordings.
No, I've seen some of them, but I just wanted to thank everyone for allowing me to be here and be witness to, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I hope I can share this again and maybe participate. We'll see.
Yay, excellent. To be continued. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Shannon's in the fundamentals of visual coaching. We'll talk about this is a more leading edge aspect of the work, right? So I've got a module coming up talking about inquiry and constellation with the visuals. So more to be discussed in that container too. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. It was incredible.
Yay. Thank you. Ooh, goosebumps. Karen, I don't know if it's possible since you're on phone, but if you care to, if you want to unmute, if there's anything you want to say, please go ahead. Might be tricky where you are. Make sure I don't have you double muted. And then I guess it would go for the three of you who processed. Anything you'd like to say to conclude?
I'll go first, I guess. No, thank you very much. That's just incredible. This is, wow. It's almost like groundbreaking type of work. And you're right. When a person's ready, look who presents. The right person, the right place. And so that's been amazing. And I'm curious to know how, what you do with individual people, or what you do with training, or what you do with helping people into, safely opening up into their higher intuition and creating a safe container so there is that separation. And I don't know. So I'm open to hearing what it is that
I'll just flash
you
real
might
quick.
offer.
Thank you for asking that, and I'll flash them here in a second. Let me just I'll go around and hear from others, and then I'll do the commercial pitch. Yeah, thanks, Mary. Yanni, anything you'd like to
This
say?
is Heather.
Oh, okay. I see Heather piping up too.
Yeah, Heather can go first.
For it. Yeah. You go right ahead.
I just wanted to thank you. Yeah, I want to thank everyone for your support and holding a space for me. This was really, I don't know if it meant anything to anybody else, but this was really big for me. And I'm excited, Christina, to hear you talk about putting this into a community. That sounds exciting to me. And Sundays work great for me. But not that any of this even matters, but whatever format you put this in next, I'm excited about and looking forward to being a part of that. So thank you.
Nice. It does matter. It's nice to hear the resonance, and I'm glad it fits for you. Yeah. Yeah, and you've seen the evolution all the way along, so it's exciting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can second that. I'm excited for it to move into a more community held space, I guess, what I get from
Yep.
it. it's lovely. It's a lovely practice, really. I was really, yeah, I just also feel very energized by, or energized, like, it had a lot of resonance. Sorry, I had a lot of resonance also with Heather's way of sharing and the dialogues. Yeah, it was really, yeah, it felt really, really great to be part of this. And of course, I did a little drawing also.
Oh, excellent.
And Heather said I'll share it. I take a
Oh,
bigger
beautiful.
picture of it
Yeah,
with the, yeah, inner shaman.
the inner shaman. Yay, and thank you for the space. Yeah, lovely. This is also why it'd be great to have the circle, because then it's easy for you to be able to post those up yourself. And often we have visual practitioners do their own, like you just did, their beautiful work, right? So wonderful way to share it if you care to.
Yeah.
Thank you. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to screen share. I'm just going to take it to my site and point out a couple of things on the site. www.shift-it-coach.com. And you'll see on the menu along the top will show various things. So under free support, what this is the monthly satsang. And then you'll see the recorded sessions, the second one there down here. So if I click that, any of you, some of you have already taken advantage of this. But if you haven't and you're interested, these free individual sessions, they're recorded sessions. So they too will end up on the YouTube. I've got about, I don't know, 50 of them saved up. So I've got a whole lot to get out, eventually out into the world. And so it's, devoted to one person, but the same thing. We just meet. It might be inquiry. It might be something from the coaching tools that I have. And you can see over on the YouTube, let's see if I can get the YouTube to come up. And Lisa, my assistant, has divided the channel. Let's see if it'll bring me up to my channel, view your channel. So on YouTube, I think she has it in playlists. Yeah. So the one-to-one sessions are in their own playlists, and then the public visual satsangs that you've just participated in, right? You can click into those on the YouTube channel. And so you can see I do have some of the one-to-one, but I'm going to have from here on in mostly the one-to-one ones happening. So that's that. And then if you go into services, this is how you can see the split. If you're interested in coaching with me, there's a page that you can click through and shows the different options. I am a facilitator as well. So if people are interested, although more and more I'm gravitating towards the coaching and what we're doing here with the satsang. So I'm not sure how much longer I actually will be doing facilitation at all. Most of it has dropped off. But given I have a long-term background in graphic recording and graphic facilitation, for years, I've been training people in the skills of working visually overall. My trainings more and more are leaving the focus on the facilitation, and they're moving into the coaching, and then this leading edge work that's happening. I call it the consciousness work or the satsang work. I think eventually probably the coaching will fall off too, and I will be fully in holding satsang space. That seems to be what's happening, but the larger intelligence is in charge of that, not me, right? My mind and intellect is like, okay, what's going on here? I'd like to know, but it seems to be that's how it's unfolding slowly but surely. But I think for knock on wood, a while here, I'll be continuing to coach people and also mentor others in how to facilitate with groups and with individuals using this stuff. So if you click through on the training page, it'll take you through the trainings. Or you can also click the tab that says courses. I'm right now running my fundamentals of visual coaching. And the next training, I have a certification. So for those tools that you saw me flash up, I have 40 plus tools of working with people visually. And that's most of my training nowadays is people come ultimately with an eye for the visual coach certification. They can pick up the fundamentals of visual coaching live courses. Because I've been doing this for so long, I've run a lot of courses over the years, even if they don't even if they're not being run live anymore, I'm paring things down to really focus on my coaching and my satsang work. But there's all sorts of kits here. I think there's 8 of them, if I remember. So depending on what your interests are, how to work visually, that my shift at work, so the work that is applying the visuals for helping people do their own planning work, their personal planning work. That's a good one. I am offering a live one of those coming up. You'll get my emails on it. I'm in the new year. I'll put a focus on my shifted stuff. If you want to be like you see me working digitally, there is a kit that helps you shift into digital work with the drawing tablets, like I'm working on. And then I have quite a few collaborations because I've been a visual practitioner and I'm not a huge artist myself. I use things very fast with process work. So I have taken lots of things over the years that help me to be able to draw and sketch quickly. And so one of my collaborators is a woman named Rhoda Draws. And so several of the kits are with her, the fast and loose sketching kit, and then the fast and loose that focuses on how to do hands and heads. And then another collaborator, Karen Lloyd, who's an animator, and she works alongside with cartoon and storyboard techniques in that kit. So, and then I'm in business. And so I've learned a lot over the years of being a process professional and how to run a business with it. So I have a kit around that, the business essentials for process professionals. And then this is really what happens so much here is the energetic work. So in 2009, I really had an acceleration with my Kundalini rising. And I had to kind of learn backwards. So much stuff happened. Like we've spoken in the cohort today, always a sensitive, intuitive kid, but not in an environment that could really help me with that. So when the Kundalini came on very rapidly, it was always there, but it really accelerated in 2009. I was kind of catapulted into heightened energetics and having to cope with that. And so, of course, my mind and intellect likes to go out and learn things. And so eventually over the years, I codified that into my practical energy work program. It's available in the kit. The Satsangs have, frankly, that was the early days of the Satsang, was the practical energy work kit. And it has some really good, if you're interested in energy work and different kinds of techniques and alignments, that's a good one. And now it's evolved. And what do you see happening with the Satsangs? And what do you see happening with my coaching work at large, right? A lot of the practical energy work now has just evolved into that. But that's a good kit in and of itself, too, for a specialty into that look at the work. Also, I should mention my collaboration with Annika Lucas. Annika is a survivor of elite sex trafficking abuse as a child. And we run a program called Shifting the Power with Love. So very much about power dynamics and parts work together towards personal liberation. And also with that would come global realization, liberation too. So a very intense but remarkably beautiful program. Next season, we won't be running something together, but we'll be back in the spring and probably offering another Shifting the Power with Love in the spring. And then if in my coaching, if you click under services and coaching, that will give you the various things that I am available for with coaching. And so we're at the very first one, the public processing that's free and online. I run these visual satsangs, those individual sessions, the YouTube channel. And then I do have private groups, private processing groups. Annika and I run some together. And then I also have a private version of this, right? So we've done the public satsang. There is a new private one coming up in March, I believe it starts. I'm midway through running one and completing one. And many people just do those as they become available. And so the recordings are just shared in the privacy of the group. And it's 16 sessions, normally about 10, 12 people in a cohort. So a nice private group. And the bonding and connections are really off the charts of having that amount of time together with the same people. So that's available. And I do individual coaching. So you can do that online, buying between 1 through 12 sessions. They're on 30% off right now. I have reduced my prices given what's going on in the world instead of inflating them. And people do travel to be with me in person to do coaching too. So I offer private retreats here in Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, and people fly in and if they're flying in, they're usually doing a 2-day in person, right? A 1-to-1 retreat. There's either a downtown location if you prefer that, or I live out in the woods, and I am in the midst of increasingly being a caregiver for my aging folks. So there's a nice retreat center, Airbnb, basically a mile away from where I am. So when I often run those there, very close to where I am. It's a beautiful location here in the woods, or you can have the downtown location if you want more buzz. I mentioned the kits already and the skills training. So I think that covers the gamut of it, Mary. People sometimes get a little confused on the site because there's a lot of stuff. I've been doing it. It's just grown over years, right? It didn't always start this way. So over a couple decades of doing things. So if you can't find things on the site, please just write us and we'll direct you to where they are. Yeah. Well, with that, thank you for coming and all the best as our year comes to a conclusion here in 2023 and we segue into whatever's going to unfold in the co-creation of the world for 2024. But I do know that the work that we're doing here, what we're being, not only does it benefit us, but it benefits the field at large. And so that's where I really want to spend my time and put the efforts and skills that I have towards. So thank you, because I can't do it myself. So thank you for the co-creation that happened here today and allowing me to bring my skills and be well used. It feels really, really good. So thank you. Yeah. So feel free to unmute if you want to say goodbye. If you want to stick around for any bonus time off mic, that's certainly welcome too. I'm just going to turn off the recording.